Hi everyone, I'm Hoodie Angel Brandon, and welcome to the long-awaited male Byleth summoning video. Today, the dear professor has claimed my orb stash and is ready to get some merges. We are sitting at 1,019 orbs ready to go for him. Ready to pull on the heroes with distant counter banner. I'm excited. As a disclaimer, these are not all free-to-play orbs, just mostly. My friends were very generous and got me some orbs. They bought me some gift cards. I got like the Black Friday deal with Winter Tharja, and also just some random orbs from like the monthly deals and whatever. But yeah, I've been eagerly awaiting for Byleth to come back, and he's finally here. It's the last day of the banner, and I'm pumped to try and get some merges on our boy. Currently sitting at 40 plus 1, and we're gonna try and get him to plus 10. Probably not going to, because the red pool is gross. But we'll get as many as we can. Byleth, of course, is our focus. Nyla will be our secondary because Null C is just awesome. And then finally, Nagi, also not a bad unit to pull by any means. So yeah, we're going to dive into this. Also, while we pull red, would also love to get the usual units, Hinata for Fury, Selena for Reposition, Croms for Aethers. Also could use Canes for Wings of Mercy, Ares for Brazen Attack Def, and also for I'd also like a plus attack one for Emerge, and also wouldn't mind picking up a plus attack or plus speed Eloise, just because he seems kind of interesting to build, but I turned all mine into combat manuals. So yeah. Also, because I've been having some problems with my phone recording, I am going to be kind of recording these in chunks, and so if something goes wrong, hopefully we won't lose all the footage. So if like randomly I just jump from having like 900 orbs to 700, that's probably what happened. The phone just decided not to save that part of the video. So, but I'll recap if anything happens. So, with that said, let's get started and bring our dear professor home. Alright, let's get in with our free summon. 2 reds. I'm also going to try and go a little faster than this, like if I don't see smoke, I'll speed through the animation. Starting off, we don't get the Byleth, but we do get Na. Awesome free pull. I do like Na a lot. Also, I kind of want to fodder her to my male Corrin to get infantry breath for like Aether raids. I could have Libra basically running DC and steady breath at the same time, which would be funny. That's tempting. I don't know. Plus HP minus speed isn't particularly exciting, but her existence is exciting. Great way to start things off, even if it isn't our beloved professor. Who, by the way, if the professor isn't here in 15 summons, I think we're allowed to leave. And there's a Kata. Although apparently her name's like pronounced Shida or something, but she'll always be Kata to me because that's how I read it. Next up, there we go, another 2 orbs. I know the odds are really low on this, but they're not impossible. I did do some like summon simulations, and I did get plus 10 Byleth in like 900 orbs a few times. One time even like in 300 orbs, which would be incredible, because then I could spend orbs on fodder for him. But I think with 900 orbs, it was a roughly like 25% chance to get him. There he is! First Byleth. Hello, Professor. I'm sorry. Greetings, Professor. Nothing to report except the fact that you're finally here. Minus attack plus def, not great. On that note, I have not decided what boon and bane I want on him. I'm trying to decide between attack, speed, and res. Well, I guess bane. I say boon and bane, but bane literally doesn't matter anymore. Just old habit. Res is kind of like the meme pick. I really love plus res on Corrin. And it does help if I want to run DC on him, and I could also use him in like light season Aether raids, I guess. But realistically, he probably doesn't benefit as much from that as he would like attack. Attack is always going to be useful, especially as defensive stats trend higher. And a lot of people say that he's already fast enough that he doesn't need to worry about his speed, but speed also kind of tends to just keep getting faster, so I don't know. I'm open to suggestions, but I haven't decided what I want on him yet. But that was a great way to start. We got one in under 15 orbs. No reds here though. But yeah, this is off to a great start. Na and Byleth, two great units. Larshell, not. I still get spooked when I see her because of that horrid 5-star one that I pulled. A terrifying ordeal. But here we have 3 wonderful red orbs. Show us the Professor. For his builds, you guys saw that I was running my Gale Force setup on him. And I do like that a lot. I've got both water and wind sweep on him, and I'm also using Wings of Mercy to try and test out for like Aether raids and stuff. And then I do want to make like a general tank setup. Ooh, Saber! Not the greatest unit, but he is cool. I liked him a lot in Echoes. I would have preferred a Byleth, of course, but not a bad unit to pull. Though I don't have Dew to refine him, unfortunately. I could do a Shield Pulse build now. I don't think that Byleth would want a Shield Pulse build, but he can. Yeah, he's got. I want to do like a general tank set with DC, maybe Null C Disrupt and Pulse Smoke. And for when I don't want to run Null C on him, I'd like to get a lull, either attack speed or attack def. Those seem like great options on him. And I also want to get him Swift Sparrow 3 eventually. But other than that, not quite sure what other unique toys to give him. Alright. Imagine if if Na and Saber had both been a Byleth. We'd be 3 in already. We still need 8 more though. Even though we got that one, we need 8 more for the +10 dream. I'm just not totally convinced that it's gonna happen, but I did pull off a miracle with my Morgan where I got her in like 600 orbs, so it could happen again. But so far, our fodder has not quite lived up to the quality that our 5-star pulls have set. But you know, come on, at least show me a Hinata, man. So many units I want to put Fury on. Never enough copies. Pull the blue, hope for a Nyla, or like no, never mind. I was gonna say Volber, but I forgot he gives armored flowers, which are not interesting to me in the slightest. Still wouldn't mind him to just have a cool character. Volbar was pretty cool in Echoes as well. But what I really want from blue for 3/4s would be a plus speed parry. I need a plus speed one. I've got a plus attack one. She misses doubles and overkills a little too often for my AR Gale Force shenanigans. There's a Lilina, not helpful, unfortunately. Where is my fodder? Pull the green. Hope for a Nagi or Ross. Those would both be pretty good. Racing, not super exciting, unfortunately. Not helpful. There's a red. Man, I love Byleth. I was worried when I did my last summoning video for him, because Three Houses was still pretty dang new. I wasn't sure if I would continue to like him, but I have continued to like him as time went on. I've done 3 runs of Three Houses at this point, and I still genuinely love Byleth. I still haven't decided if I like him more than Morgan or not, but the fact that that it's even a discussion should say just how much I like him, because I absolutely adore Best Daughter Morgan. You know, if Byleth shows up enough times to get the +10, I think I'll give him the summoner support. He'll have earned it at that point. Along Ku, I actually did turn my last copy into Vantage fodder, so that's kind of nice. Good to have him back in the barracks. Sylvia, not helpful. Speaking of, what is this Lonku? Plus speed. Sweet. That's way better than my old one. It was like plus res or something. Not helpful. Where are my red orbs? Oh, I was going to pull blue for Nagi. Or, Nyla. Blah, 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 blah. Wrong. That's okay. We just got a Bowie. Where are the red orbs? Yeah, I really love Byleth, and I know a lot of people would not be super excited about it, but I want him in Smash so freaking bad. Just put him in. I know a lot of people don't want another Fire Emblem character, which is understandable, though. I don't think for how much people think Fire Emblem is represented in Smash, I don't think it's as well represented as people like to think, because half the roster or half the Fire Emblem reps are echoes, so basically they're all the same character. With minor differences. And like, look at the music selection. There's some really great tracks, and then there's like 3 copies of Lost in Thoughts All Alone, which is one of my favorite songs, but there's so much good music to pull from for Fire Emblem, and they just used, especially from Fates, and they used 3 copies of Lost in Thoughts. So I would love to see Byleth get in. I know a lot of people would love to see one of the house leaders, but I think Byleth represents all the paths the best. He could still be unique even with the sword, since Sword of the Creator is a little different than your standard sword. And I'd love to see him come with Gronder Field as his stage, and just a bunch of music from Three Houses. Three Houses has such good music. I just find, I think he actually does have a shot, because we didn't get a Three Houses spirit, like any kind of spirits for Three Houses, even though like Link's Awakening got spirits, Daemon X Machina got spirits, but Three Houses and Astral Chain were suspiciously absent. So I'm gonna hold out hope for the professor to come and school these Smash boys and girls in the art of war. And man, the summons have gone a little downhill. 4%, not too high, but it certainly feels high. Part of it's also that we're just not getting as many red orbs as I would have hoped. Hey, Corin, there you are. I love you, but you are not helpful with fodder. I don't think I've pulled a single one of the units I actually wanted for fodder so far. Or even the Ellawood or Ares that I wanted. Yo, Hubert! Hello. Not the red 5-star I was hoping for, nor the one that I needed. Your most interesting skill is not helpful for any of the units that I have built. But Fox Tome is so interesting, and I want it. I want blue Fox Tome for Morgan, but it's just not a thing yet. Ooh, but he has plus attack, sweet. Not bad. Alright, so technically we have been lucky with the 5 stars. We've gotten a decent number of them, but still only the one Byleth. A little concerning, but hopefully we can still turn it around. Come on, where are you, Professor? And I would have hoped for better fodder than freaking stall over here. What do you even have, like pass or obstruct or something silly that I don't want? Come on. There's the Ares. Please be plus attack. I need a plus attack Ares. Plus HP. That's what I have now. That's not helpful. He'll probably just be brazen attack def fodder then. Not a bad skill, but still I really need the plus attack one. And a Sophia. Not helpful. Not helpful, guys. There you are, Professor. Hello. Please be plus attack or plus speed. I need some options here. But I am just happy to see you. Minus attack, plus def. Again, just a merge. But a great one. Alright. Come on. There's a red. Give us another Byleth. Come on. Nope, just Seliph, who is very obnoxious in Aether raids. It feels like I never saw Seliph, and I saw people talk about how good Seliph was on AR defense, and I never saw him, and then just all of a sudden I started seeing Seliph everywhere, and I was like, oh, this is fun. To be fair, I'm... Big sister, you're here! Yes! I don't need merges, but I do need Savage Blow, Savage Blow fodder. I've been desperately in need of that. So badly. That is exciting. But yeah, on Seliph, to be fair, I do actually have a Seliph on my Anima season. Yeah, it just feels like he kind of popped up everywhere out of nowhere. There's a Donald. Not very helpful. Although, I hear he rocks with Casablanca. I've considered building him, but fodder, and he might get a refine eventually, so kind of holding out. Also, I just never really cared too much for Donald. He's alright. And there's Gray. Okay. Wow, just all the off focuses, which is not what I wanted to see. And Gray is certainly not the most exciting of them, but maybe he'll get a refine down the line. It's a little sad, but it is a 5-star. I shouldn't complain. He has Sword Valor, but I already have that on Lean, so yeah. Alright, we've still got 845 orbs to spend. So, come on, Byleth. Let's pick up the pace a little. You're Maybe he's maybe this Byleth just he didn't get lucky with his speed growth, so it's taken him a little longer to show up, you know? Come on, Byleth. Yes, there you go. Hello, Professor. He heard me talking about his speed stat and he came to prove me wrong. And how wrong I was. Plus speed. Awesome to have that as an option. Alright. We're up to 3 Byleths. Very nice. And 3 Orbs. Thank you. Yeah, I still can't decide on those IVs. And there's our first reposition fodder, as sad as it is that this is the first one after 200 Orbs. I don't even know why I'm checking your IVs. Your reposition fodder. I think I've got a plus speed one that I was saving just in case I ever want to build her, but I don't want merges on her. She's got to be the reposition fodder. That's just the way it is, okay? Trust me, I'm sad about it. Severa was awesome, or Selena's awesome, but she's reposition fodder. That's just the way of the world. This cruel, terrible, irrational world we live in. I can't remember the quote, but brutal, irrational world, is that it? Who cares? We've got Drog. Isn't that wonderful? Oop, didn't mean to press that. Yeah, I love the Professor. And he actually helped me get some work done. I've mentioned it a few times that I'm working on a book, and I actually finished the initial draft, the rough draft, a while back. And then I was going to try and do my like preliminary editing. Professor, hello. We were just talking about you and how you helped me. What is this one? Plus def again. And I was very excited about that, and I was going to try and do my editing before Three Houses came out, because I knew once Three Houses came out, I probably wasn't going to get a whole lot done, but I just kept putting it off and putting it off, and nothing happened with that, unfortunately. So I did my my Blue Lions run, and it was awesome, and I adored it. And then I took a break to play Persona 5, and I worked on my review for that. And then I went back and did my second run, which was Golden Deer, which I didn't enjoy as much as Blue Lions, but it was still pretty good. Claude is a fun character, though I still love my boy Dimitri quite a bit more. But what I did was, on that run, I to motivate myself to get some work done, what I did was, in between each chapter of the game, I forced myself to edit a chapter of the book. And eventually, as I kind of picked up steam with my editing process, I started doing like 2 or 3 chapters in between each chapter of the game. And I ended up finishing the book before I finished that run, which was really helpful. So Three Houses, I used it to bribe myself. I used it to increase my own motivation to improve my editing skills. What a wonderful teacher Byleth is. Great professor, A+. So that's how Byleth and Three Houses as a whole got me to do some actual work. And so while I was doing that, I was kind of headcanoning that, like, in his off time, because I wasn't doing fishing that much on that run, I headcanoned that on his off time, instead of going and fishing, Byleth was, he was working on a book of his own. It probably wasn't the same kind of book that I'm working on, but it was probably some kind of like a big old compendium of Geralt's mercenary tactics or something that he wanted to record for the future. But But I just figure that Byleth was writing his own book. And, whoops. That's how I motivated myself to get work done. And, yeah. That was fun. And I think we still haven't seen a single Hinata. What is this nonsense? Red Pool bloat is just so freaking real. So many units in the Red Pool. There's a Marth. Not helpful, man. Not helpful. Oh no. Wait, 783, 778. I don't think it's possible for us to reach the legendary number of orbs of 776. It's just not happening. Thracia remake deconfirmed. You heard it here first. It's not happening. I'm sorry. Yeah, 774. It's just 773. Nope. Thracia's not in the cards, man. That's still like the worst April Fool's idea I think of it. Well, I've had a lot of stupid April Fool's video ideas. There's an Aether though. That's exciting. That's much more interesting than that video. But still no Byleth. No plus attack Byleths. I'd like that as an option at least, even if I don't end up going plus attack on him. I do kind of worry that if I go plus attack on him, since I do want to run Gale Force on him, that might be counterproductive because he does have a pretty good attack stat, and I just don't want him overkilling things before he can charge Gale Force, you know? Seth. I will say that we are getting a decent amount of variety in our Red Pool summons. Not as much as I would like, and the ones that are repeating are not great, like Drog. But we're seeing a lot more faces than I feel like I usually do. And as if to just laugh at my statement, my optimism, Seth appears once more. One of the poster childs of same face syndrome in this game. I guess all the faces are familiar. Yes, stop and keep going. There's 3 reds. Lovely, lovely red orbs. Give us the professor. Nope, just Morgan. I was having a hard time getting Morgans, but now I think I might have enough that I could plus 10 him if I wanted to, and that one's plus attack, which is actually pretty nice. If I didn't have so many other reds right now and a lack of other colors, I'd seriously consider him. And there's a Ban. Not as exciting since I've already got him at this point. Though I guess Fierce Stance isn't the worst budget A slot. I do still generally prefer Fury, but I'm sure I could slot Fierce Stance onto some units. I don't know if I want it that bad that I'll pay 2,000 feathers for it though. What are we up to? 3.75. It feels like it's worse than that, but we didn't. It wasn't that long since our last Byleth, which I think we've pulled 4 so far, and my Byleth is currently +1, so we are at 5 + 5, which is halfway to the +10, if I'm counting correctly, which I am not known to be good at. Alright, come on. There's another Ares. Awesome, and this one's even 4-star, which is much better than the previous 3-star one, but he's only plus res, which is mostly useless for me. Come on, Professor. Ooh, there's a 4 reds. That's nice. I haven't seen a full red circle yet. I feel like normally I see a full red circle when I do a long summon. There we go, Professor. Hello. I love you, man. Plus HP. Don't love that, but it's okay. We are accepting of all Byleths here. And that's something really nifty about Byleth. It's kind of sad that he's got DC because that's such premium fodder. But on the other hand, even after I eventually plus 10 him, if I pull him off focus in the future, he's always going to be a unit that I'm happy to see. Unfortunately, with Morgan, I kind of dread the day that she pity breaks me again because she doesn't really have anything worth foddering. No, not this Morgan, the other Morgan. Rule 63 of you. Man. Like, Morgan's got, like, Blar Serpent. But I feel like most blue mages who would want Blar Serpent have a better tome they'd want to run, like Odin. I think the one exception is maybe, like, Oliver. I've seen meme Oliver builds, but frankly, I'm not foddering my daughter to him, of all characters. Alright, so I think we're officially over halfway there, and we have more than half our orbs. I think we're actually really lucky, which is nice to see. I shouldn't talk about the future right now. The future has too many paths, like 4 of them. Ooh, there we go. 4 reds. Lovely. Come on. Sell-off. We've been seeing a lot of sell-offs actually. Again, to disprove my thing of not seeing a lot of repeats, I still think we haven't seen a single Hinata or an Ellawood. Both of which are a little sad. Also, no Canes. I like Wings of Mercy fodder. I wasn't into Cane earlier, but like a year or 2 ago, but now Wings of Mercy is always helpful. Here's the Ellawood that I need. His eyes still pierce my soul. But the question remains, what are your IVs? Res, not helpful. Probably still better than the neutral one I have, but only barely. Thinking of making him like the lead unit on a second AR Gale Force team for light season. Right now I'm running Naysala and Valoria and Leanne as my light season Gale Force team, but I find them a little inconsistent, so looking to maybe swap them out. Speaking of Ellawood, I could use some brave Ellawoods. They have some nifty fodder. And Athena, popping up several times now, she got her refine, and that was all well and good. And then, just a few hours ago, Mia got announced to be getting a refine. It'll be kind of sad if Mia, who originally power crept Athena in all stats, just immediately power creeps her again. What if they did that? What if they just gave her a desperation refine and just made her just better Athena? I don't think they will, but it would sure be a sight to behold, wouldn't it? There we go. 3 more reds. Still very tempted by a Nyla. Those blues are tempting, but I gotta stay on focus. Gotta stay devoted to our dear professor. One thing I've been thinking about a lot, and I've seen other people mention it, like on Reddit and stuff, like if you could build a banner, oh man, you need a refine boy. But if you could like build a banner, what would you build? And I've decided on what I want. I want, well, you know how Valentine's Day for Fae is more about like family and friends, and then they reserve like romantic love for the bridal banners. I would love to see a Valentine's Day, Day of Devotion banner featuring the best families in Three Houses. We got to get Geralt in both Byleths, and then Seteth and Flayn. I think that would be such a awesome banner. Put one of them in as the Tempest unit, put the other 4 on the banner. Don't really care how you distribute the colors, but that would be such a great banner. I would spend so many orbs on that. Gotta get my boy Seteth and best dad Geralt. 2 of my favorite characters. Very surprising, actually. Geralt, I figured I'd be alright with just because I like father characters in Fire Emblem. Good or evil, in the case of Garen. But Seteth was a total surprise. I did not expect to like Seteth that much, but I think he's actually higher than Dimitri and Ashe. Don't tell them I said that, though. I think Seteth is my second favorite character in Three Houses, right behind Byleth. And I am excited for him to eventually be added. I know him and Geralt, if they ever get in, are both going to be mediocre Lance Cavaliers and Lance Flyers, respectively, but you know what? I still want them in the game. We got a Mordecai, that's pretty nifty. Plus speed is not nifty, but he does have that nice link skill as fodder, so still not too bad. Pull another red. Pull another red. So yeah, that's my ideal banner if I could make one. What about you guys? What kind of banner would you like? If I asked just like, you can design the banner, like just assume that you don't get to like micromanage the stats and the skills and everything. Just like pick the characters and the theme. What would you choose? I just think that Day of Devotion with that pair or that combo of characters would just be really wholesome and really cute. Oh, a parry! I was kind of hoping that we'd pull a parry on one of the wheels that we didn't get red. Please be plus speed. Please be plus speed. Plus attack. Dang it, that's what I already have. You don't need more attack. You already overkill too frequently. It's not that often, but it's more often than I'd like. And usually when she overkills, it leads to me losing a unit, so not good. Here's the other Ellawood that I need. Please be plus attack or plus speed. Nope. See, Ellawood could run plus attack because his attack is not good. But Parry's is pretty solid, I think. I think I'd still prefer plus speed, though, just to guarantee those doubles. It's very important to guarantee your doubles when you're running a Gale Force build, I feel. Just got to get that cooldown acceleration. What's our appearance rate up? We're at 4. Again. But that's okay. Behind this orb could be a Nyla, for all we know. Or a Dimitri. I'd be ecstatic with a Dimitri, too. Like I said, Dimitri's up there. Dimitri's probably number 4 for Three Houses characters for me. It's male Byleth. At least right now, it's male Byleth, Seteth, Ashe, and Dimitri. Ashe and Dimitri are pretty close. But there are so many good characters in Three Houses. I have a Blue Lions bias, but even like I really like Bernie and Linhart. Claude was really cool. Hilda's fun. Lots of cool characters. I wish that Oscar was a parry. Just unrelated. I just wish that Oscar was a parry. And I wish this orb was a Byleth. Show me the Byleth. No, it's Agma. Bleh. Come on. Where is our professor? Boom, boom, boom. Ooh, there's our Wings of Mercy fodder. Nice to have. I used my last one on Byleth, actually. But I like to keep some around for dancers. And Tethys actually demoted, so if I pull a Tethys, we got the Wings of Mercy to go for her. Lilina, not helpful though. Not good fodder. There's a red. There's a 1 red. Come on. I'll take bonfire fodder. There's a red. No. Just a reposition. Not bad. Certainly worse things we could pull. A Seth. Again, not super helpful. I was actually really happy with Seth's Refine. I was using him in AR as a buffer. Triple Tactics was a lot of fun, but I've been finding Tactics... Oh, hello, Professor. Finally. It took you a while, but you showed up. Please be plus attack. There you go. I've got all the options covered. Awesome. But as I was saying, I've fallen off of tactic skills lately. Visible buffs in general have, I feel like panic effects have become more prevalent lately. So tactics or visible buffs in general I've kind of started shying away from. But when I do use them, I prefer a link skill or a rally because, well, with dual rallies and link skills, we can buff multiple stats at once, or with a rally up, we can hit multiple targets at once, which is nice. But also just being able to choose when they trigger or if they trigger that turn is pretty nice. And hello, Ninian. Wasn't looking for you, but I won't complain. Still love your art. Gorgeous. Plus res. Nice, easy merge. Where is your brother? He should have been here by now. What is up with Farfetch'd this year? Oh yeah, I do prefer like a just buffs that I can choose when to trigger. Hello, Perry. Please be plus speed. Please be plus speed. Yes, yes, perfect, awesome. There we go. Thank you so much. And 3 reds, as if the game was like, hey, we just needed you to pull some blues long enough to get that parry. Hello, Soleil. Love you as always. Yeah, I don't know. I'm waiting on a link seal that will open up a lot more buffing potential because you'll be able to turn anyone into a quad buffer, which will be quite useful. But I think, given we still haven't gotten speed tactic, and the fact that it would give everyone quad buff access, IS is probably a little hesitant to give us a link skill a link seal anytime soon. Heck, we still haven't even gotten guard. Do you know how often I'm doing a map and I'm like, man, I wish I had a guard seal right now. It's decently often. It's not all the time, but it is decently often. More often than I would like. Come on, Professor. We need, I think, 4 more copies of him. I want to talk. Oh, here we go. We've hit the thing. I'll finish that thought. I'm gonna do this off screen just so you guys aren't watching me shift through my barracks. Be right back. All right, I have freed up about 70 spaces in the barracks, so we can dive back into this. Currently at 3.25. And as I was saying before I had to stop, I want to talk about 3 houses. I'm trying to avoid talking too much about 3 houses because I know not everyone has had a chance to play it, though I'd imagine a lot of the people watching this have had the chance to play it. But you know, I'm trying not to spoil things. Like even like a lot of videos, I want to use like Three Houses music, and I'm like, I should not do that because, you know, some people are going to want to hear it for the first time in game. I'm making an exception for this because this is a Three Houses related video with our dear professor. But so I don't know when I'm gonna consider that like fair game. I'm thinking maybe like, because some people will get it after the holiday or for the holidays, and then they'll need time to play it. I was thinking maybe second or the next FEH anniversary would be when I might start talking about minor spoilers. Like I'm not gonna like spoil all routes just casually or anything, but I feel like then I'd be able to talk about some early game stuff or whatever. You know, do you think that's fair? Maybe toss in some music here and there on videos. I don't know. Really, that's the only thing saving you guys from listening through to Tearing Through Heaven on every single video, because that is just the perfect music. One of the greatest pieces of music ever composed. I still don't know why I'm checking her IVs. I know that they're fodder, and I think all three have been plus speed, which is hilarious, but all these Selenas are destined to become reposition manuals. I don't know why I'm looking at them. Hello, Fury Master. It took you long enough. Who all did I wanted to put Fury on Brunya, and there's someone else I had in mind to give Fury to, and I can't remember who. There was like someone specifically that I wanted Fury on, and I just didn't have the copies of. Man, that's gonna bug me now. Who was it? Oh, the Roy that I promoted. That's right. I promoted a vanilla Roy just for another dragon counter. And hello, Professor. I'm sorry, I keep getting it wrong. It's greetings, Professor. I don't even need to check your IVs because I've got all the ones that I could want. But you know, we just gotta admire this beautiful man. Like, look at him. He's so gorgeous. And like, when he doesn't smile that often, but when he does, oh my goodness, it's the cutest thing. Like it was surprising when it first happened. I was like, oh my god, his smile is adorable. Very happy to get him. That's number 7. So if my math is correct, since I had a +1 coming into this, and I've got 7 now, that would give us a +8. So we are 2 away from the +10. The dream is actually realizable, which is pretty surprising. I mean, like I said, I was not expecting the best, though. When I was doing summon simulations, I had ones where it would start off really good, and then all of a sudden I would hit a stretch of pity breakers that lasted 400 orbs. So we're not out of the woods just yet, but you know, I mean, this is honestly kind of better than I expected to have, and we are at roughly half the orbs that we started with. We started with 119 or 1019. 119 is a completely different number, about 900 numbers difference between those two. But so between 1019, half of that would be what, 510 roughly? Rounding up to 1020 would be 510 orbs. So we are actually right about at half of our orbs spent. Pretty exciting. Again, this is the we just passed that halfway mark. This is by far the most orbs I've ever had, and some of it was paid for, but the vast majority of it was hard saved. I passed on some very tempting banners, and some of them are still up. Like I said, I want Pulse Smoke for him. I want Null Sea Disrupt for him. I want these lovely 4 red orbs. hopefully with him in him. Still haven't gotten that Ares that I wanted, or the plus attack or plus speed Ella would. Yeah, what else did I want on him? I really want a lull skill because I think lull skills are nifty. Here's an Ares. Please be plus attack. There we go. Perfection. That is exciting. My DC Vantage Ares is, or will be done. I'm not planning to merge him to plus 10. His fodder is too good, and I don't care about him enough. But firing off those bonfires sounds nifty. Like I said, I was thinking of making a different Gale Force team for Astra, or for Light Season rather, which would free up Valoria since I wouldn't be pairing her with Nasala anymore. I could put her with Ares and just get instant bonfire procs, which sounds pretty funny. And that's his main problem, is just getting the setup before he gets into Vantage range. He has to proc his special to get the special spiral effect. But if he just starts with the special, it's not an issue, so pretty nifty potential there. Don't know if I'll end up going with that, but I like having the option. Stall. Again, I cannot remember what you have. I genuinely think it's pass or obstruct, which is not helpful. It was obstruct, I was right, and it's 5-star locked, which makes it even worse. What a joke. It's kind of sad. I didn't mind Stall in Awakening. He wasn't the most memorable character, but he was there, and he had one of the better hair colors to pass down to the Gen 2 units, which is nice because I care about those hair color combinations. Red-haired Siegbert haunts my nightmares. What a terrible ordeal that was when I ended up with red-haired Siegbert. Gross. Who's ready for my tier list where I judge characters based entirely off their hairstyle? I'll do it. I don't think I'd do the whole Fire Emblem cast, but I would judge based off the hairstyles, and then everyone would be mad at me because the fluffy-haired boys would get automatic S tier. That's what we call bias in the business. Yes! Professor number 8. One more. Victory is within our grasp. We just have to reach out our hand and take it. Actually, we just have to pray that we get lucky. Ooh, Merida. Oh, minus attack. That's very tempting, actually. I was just thinking a few days ago when I was thinking about what pity breakers I'd want to see if I couldn't get Byleth, and she was on the list because what is she plus res? Because I think Flashing Blade 4 would be funny on Byleth. With that said, it's probably not a good use of her because someone would rather have null follow-up. But Flashing Blade 4 would be funny, and that's kind of what I'm interested in. Alright, 450 orbs, we can get this. Not if we get wheels like this. Come on, toss me a Nyla. I would love to put Null Sea Disrupt on Byleth, even if his res is not great. it would be funny. Come on, come on. Where is my professor? Without spoiling too much about Byleth, I feel like a lot of people know his probably most people's favorite quote from him, their favorite critical quote, the iconic "Here is something to believe in," and it's an interesting quote because I didn't immediately like that. It was one of the things where when I heard it, I was like, Byleth, not wild about that one. That's because I was like, I was looking at it as directly relating to like the Church of Saros. But what flipped it for me, because I love the delivery, but I was just like, I'm not wild about that for his character. Hello, Fury Master. What flipped it for me was I realized that, faith can take many forms. There's faith in like a deity, like the god of RNG, who is apparently granting us their blessing. But you can also have faith in like other things, in like a person, like a teacher or a professor. And so that's how I decided to interpret that line, is because he is a professor and he inspires and leads his students and his soldiers in battle. I thought that was a interesting interpretation of that. And so now I'm excited for a Byleth alt that gives us here is something to believe in. And I guess after we finish this Byleth, I'm going to have to start saving for the Byleth alt with that quote, because we know it's going to happen, right? Nah, man. Ooh, another reposition, but it's the green variant. Interesting. No, I just that was part of why I really wanted to be a teacher, was the idea of, inspiring someone and guiding them, because that's what happened to me. I didn't really care about school, but I had a awesome teacher who made me start caring. And that inspiration and is like my motivation for a lot of stuff. Like, I don't expect my book to be a bestseller, but if one person read it and was happy about it, or enjoyed it, and it inspired them to do something, or just cheered them up, made them smile, I feel like it was worth all my time that I invested in it. So I want to be able to scream out, "Here is something to believe in," but I probably wouldn't be stabbing someone with a sword when I do it. Probably. Hello, little bro. What's up? Plus speed. That is not helpful, but I do get to remove your Bane, which is nice. I wish your Refine had been less niche. But yeah, I wanna be strong in the real way. And I know that we can be strong in the real way. And I want to inspire you. I want to be your rock. And when I talk, it lights a fire in you. Now I need Byleth singing that. That would be incredible. So close. Come on, Byleth. Just that last merge. Come on. Come on, Professor. Bring on the Professor. I'll take a Fury Master. That is a acceptable compensation. Yeah, I can't remember if I mentioned that one of the things my friend got me some orbs because our team lost the voting gauntlet, so she got us compensation orbs. Our poor boy Inigo just got completely slaughtered. It was not close. Oh, what a sad time. I don't know, the compensation Hinata just reminded me of that. I'll take a compensation Nyla too. Shigure, a little less thrilled about. Still need that Volbar just for collection purposes and because Volbar is pretty rad. One of the cooler characters in Shadows of Valentia. And we got Titania. I actually did use most of my guard fodder, guard 2 for like Rooker sieges. So getting some more of Titanias are nice. I've actually gotten all the Rooker accessories thanks to strategies from Reddit. Very helpful, as is this other Hinata. Like, if there's a character I want to be flooded with, it's probably Hinata and Selena. Those are the two that I'm, like, just always stoked to see. A Morgan. A little less useful, though dual ranged has been nifty in some situations. I wish it was his 4-star skill. That'd be a little more useful. Another Lon Ku. Nice. Some Vantage fodder. I did use up most of mine. Well, actually, no, I had a bunch of Reinhardts, but I needed Lon Ku specifically to pass on, I think, Glimmer and Vantage at the same time. So that was why I used him, despite my mountain of Reinhardts. Paula's got a Moonbow, which is helpful. Seth does not have Moonbow and is less helpful. What do you have? I don't even remember. Swap? Actually, Swap is not bad. Always need more movement assist fodders. Even if Swap isn't the best one, I still don't mind it. I consider it like budget reposition. There we go. That's the 10th one, I think. Well, 9th from this video, but 10th overall for Merge. That is exciting, and we still have 350 orbs to spare. Plus res. No, not neutral. Plus res. Oh, the professor. Oh, I'm so happy. I did not expect this. While we're here, since we got him, let's pull the wheel. Maybe we'll get a Nagi or a Ross or a Norn or something interesting to accompany him. But instead we got Arthur. Hey, swap fodder, like I was saying, not bad. But again, I'm bad at counting, so maybe I counted wrong, but I think that's 10 Byleth, or a plus 10 Byleth that we have just obtained. I still am not sure on his let's go Origin. On his boon and bane preference, well, boon preference, asset as they've decided to dub it. But here we have the plus 1, plus 2, plus 3, plus 4, plus 5, plus 6, plus 7, plus 8, plus 9, plus 10 Byleth. Incredible. I genuinely did not expect this to happen. It just kind of happened out of nowhere, so I'm a little surprised. Like I said, I thought maybe I'd get to like plus 7 because the red pool is notoriously bloated, but we got him. I'm so excited that our professor is here. We even have orbs left over. We could come over here. We could try and get Nyla to give him Null Sea Disrupt. We could try and get him Pulse Smoke. We could try and get him, or we could try and get Altina. So that I don't have to cart around 2 Nagas. The world is our oyster as long as those oysters cost less than 336 orbs. That was like, what, roughly 700 orbs? But we have to factor in the fact that I did spend like another 200-ish orbs or something like that on the Sothis banner. And then also we got a copy for free. But overall, very pleased and very lucky. So yeah, I guess I've taken up enough of your time with this video. Thank you so much for watching. I would have like merged these so that we could see the +10 Byleth, but I still don't know what direction I want to take them in. So I'm gonna wait on that until I actually have a concrete idea of how I want to build him. But thank you, as always, for watching. Thank you for joining me and our dear professor on this little adventure. And until next time, this is Hoodie Angel Brandon and the professor signing out.